Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 as Ireland. In the last episode we just took this county, I think, and we gave it to this dude who has a claim on... It's a strong claim on the county of Sussex as well, but he also has a claim on the petty kingdom of Gwynedd, which we can press because, although it is a weak claim, there is a child in charge, or a Charles in charge, and we can declare war for his claim right now, so let's go ahead and do it. No reason to wait there. I'll just go ahead and raise a few more men to make sure of this battle, rather than sending in my retinue as is. Lets him regenerate some morale, but that's fine. Cousin is of legal age. Good to know. Let's make sure we have characters in charge. Not me, though I am actually a good leader. Maybe I should put myself in charge. Would make sense for roleplay reasons, I suppose, as an impetuous 16-year-old as I am. But let's not. We're attacking into hills, but we have enough numbers advantage that it should be totally fine here. Don't know why I even bother checking the terrain and stuff when there's that kind of numbers disparity, but, you know, pays to be safe, I suppose. If you got out of the habit of it, I might miss it in when it's more important. So just sieging this one holding should get us up to 100%. We can't assault it, I think, even though it's only 450. We don't have the numbers. We could probably have the numbers if we raised all our troops, but why do that? Not really much point. And I think this will give us enough land to form the Kingdom of Wales, but we don't really want to do that just yet, because of course we are stuck on Gavelkind succession, and it would make us lose one of the kingdoms when we died. My steward tells me that his efforts at praising my deeds and names have met with great success. Okay, so they want to be in a war. Well, good news, guys, you're already in a war. You can come over here and help. Maybe you'll even get there in time to help. Could have brought them over on a boat, of course, but it doesn't really matter. Why waste the money? This bishop claims that he would be a better chaplain. Well, he certainly would be. It's a shame we don't really have a good use for a chaplain. We don't have to convert anybody or anything. He's also apparently leading my army. We can stop doing that. I'm pretty sure we don't need to convert anything. Everywhere we're conquering right now is Catholic, so... we'll send him to butter up the Pope. Sounds good. Buttered Pope. Delicious. Anyway, looks like this army might just get here to help with the siege. Not that it's necessary. Still not enough that I want to assault it, but that's fine. Actually, a city over here too. Okay, that took us up to 55%. Now the city, which should be a bit faster, we can go to speed 4, I guess, since we're just waiting for this. The Knights Templar doing stuff from their mysterious castle that I'm still not quite sure how they got. Oh, and we are at 100% here, so... Yep, this dude gains his petty kingdom. We accept. And we have successfully expanded. So we can indeed form the Kingdom of Wales, but As discussed, we are not going to. I've risen so fast to the top that other people regard me with envy. Okay. My courtier admires my ambition. She begged me to help her become successful as me. It was almost disgusting how she admired my ambition and success. Okay. Sounds fine. We do, of course, have this, have the ability to convert to feudalism at any point. But the problem with doing this is that it will only upgrade, or we only have the ability to upgrade any holdings that have a stone hill fort in them. The rest of them will stay as feudal, which means they'll basically give us nothing, I think, in terms of income and levies, which means it'll be a huge reduction in our power. So I want to make sure that, if not all of our holdings, because we have a lot, we have 9, at least a lot of them are going to be able to be upgraded immediately. Maybe over half of them, we'll say. We got 5 with stone hill forts. That might be a time when I will feel comfortable doing it. Some of these aren't even slightly upgraded. Oh, this has a stone hill fort as well. That's nice. I did not know that. Okay, well, let's get 1 upgrading for now. Don't want to go too low on money. And of course, our other ambition here is to found a new empire, which is going to cost us a whole crap load of prestige and money. And we also need realm size of at least 180, which we only have 50, so not anywhere close there, or 3 kingdom titles, which we are much more close to because we have 1 and have the ability to form a 2nd, and are not too far off actually having the ability to form a 3rd. If we got these 2 other provinces in Brittany, I think that would allow us to form the Kingdom of Brittany. Yeah, that would indeed be the case, which would be very much the fastest way to do it, but of course the main problem is the large amount of prestige and gold. I think, can we borrow money? I think one of our ancestors borrowed money and we never gave it back. Yeah, we could expel the Jury for another couple of 100 gold if we needed to. And also, if the Knights Templar ever get 300 gold, we could borrow from them, which would help us out there, but it's really the prestige. I think we have the best chance of that with this character, though, since we are young and we have a pretty good chance of living a long time and thereby collecting a whole lot of prestige. We are waiting for our betrothed to come of age here so we can marry her. In the meantime, we may as well continue expanding into at least Wales, if not further into England. I don't want to end up with too many of these tribal vassals that, non-tribal vassals that have the wrong government type penalty, though. Are these holdings tribal? No, they're feudal over here. That's another thing when and if we convert to feudalism, all of our tribal vassals that are still tribal will have the wrong holding type penalty, or the wrong government type penalty, and won't give us any levies, I think. But we can upgrade their holdings too if we need to, or wait for them to do it. Some of them are making some progress. Some better than others. Don't build a weaponsmith. Upgrade your hill fort. Could we get more retinues? Apparently not. Okay, we finished our reinforced hill fort there. We're making an okay income. problem also is that if we want to save up enough prestige to form an empire, we aren't going to be able to spend it on upgrading any of our holdings, which is unfortunate. I think we should probably try and get involved in some wars, just for the prestige, perhaps get some alliances. Don't really have a lot of family members to marry off. My uncle here? I guess we are allied to the King of France, who I had almost forgotten is a member of my dynasty, and therefore an ally. So I guess we'll maybe try and help him out in any wars. Are we still allied with Asturias? I don't remember. We are, okay, so we could try and help them out in some wars for some prestige. And of course, if there should ever happen to be another crusade, we can get involved in that. Though it'll be 30 years from whenever the last one ended, which I don't remember. Actually, let's do something right now, something that I've forgotten about pretty much until right now, and check out the Dynasty Chronicle, which is a new feature of Charlemagne. It basically is a book that recounts the events of your whole lineage since the start of the game. So this is the Chronicle of House Unail ní Gaeilge, in which is contained the record of its yearly fortunes, glories, and difficulties. So it gets marriages. It notes that a dragon was seen in the province of Dublin, which is interesting. I guess people liked my ruler. It notes when the Pope died, and when my first chief died a natural death in 772. Okay. Another dragon. People in Dublin claim to have seen 2 suns at the same time. Okay. A star fell from the sky in Dublin, killing 3 cows. What a terrible event. Unusually bountiful harvest. Okay. By this point in 782, we were the King of Meath, which is nice. An uncommonly great number of children were born this year in Lyon. Good to know. King Donogh supported King Pepin of West Francia in war against his enemies. High Chief of Meath went to war against Chief of Breffni. When did we become an actual king? So when we supported the King of Asturias. See, we do have a long and storied history with Asturias. I usurped the chiefdom of Connacht from blank. Okay, good to know. A giant destroyed several villages in Kildare, but then disappeared without a trace. Mysterious happenings. Donal Unail ní Gaeilge created the title of Kingdom of Éire, confirming his growing power with much ceremony and celebration. Nice. Okay. And this brings us up to the present day. A strange plague killed thousands of wild rabbits in the province of Gwynedd. Oh, good to know. Yeah, I kind of meant to look at that before now, since it's a new feature of the DLC, but I completely forgot about it. It's nice that it's there, though. I don't actually imagine myself spending too much time looking at it, mostly. So our betrothed can marry. Let's get that done. Okay, I'm going to lose 100 prestige here, but I think it's worth it if we get a good genius son to pass on the kingdom to. That would be great. And of course we can gain back 200 prestige there, so we actually made a profit. And we fulfilled our ambition to get married. I guess I will try to have a son first. Yeah, okay. Seems reasonable. We can hold a grand tournament. That will get us some prestige, though it will not help us with the money, but that's fine. It's also fun. Our Chancellor Still hasn't fabricated any claims. Okay, good. It's time to let the tournament begin, and for the next 2 months, let all show their martial brilliance. So we have a pretty good martial character. I'm not sure how or if that even affects our chances of winning in the tournament. I've never actually had my character win a tournament, so it'd be nice if it happened. It would also help us get prestige, presumably. What are you doing, Knights Templar? The Chief of Ula has been crowned the winner of my grand tournament. Okay, good for him. Not a great martial character, so maybe it doesn't have any effect. Alright, this is the guy that we'll get his county if he dies. Alright, I guess he deserves it. Are we trying to kill him or not? We can plot to revoke some counties. Oh, these counties down here, I suppose. We might want to do that. He is slightly worryingly powerful. Oh, very worryingly powerful, actually. Might not really want to go to war against him. Okay, this guy got second place. And this guy got third place. Tournament is over, and now it's time to bask in the glory, so everyone's opinion of me increases. Okay then. That guy isn't doing any factions, is he? Another way to dilute his power, well, if he didn't hold these 2 counties himself, would be to, when it's possible, create the duchy title down here and give it to a count that is under him, which I think would, I think is possible to do, and I think would make them independent of him, or this land independent of him. My wife is pregnant, which is nice. Let's hopefully get a nice genius child here. And a son. She has a strong claim on a county over here in Middle Francia, but that's not really something we are too interested in, I think. We could declare a war up here in Scotland of some kind. Claim Scotland for some guy. I guess we could do that just for the prestige. Just put some random person in charge of Scotland. Would be a good time. They're having serious revolt issues here, it looks like. Shall we do this just to pass the time and have some fun? There's no way we could actually claim the kingdom, of course, even if we landed this guy, because he would become an independent king anyway, and he'd just take whatever land we gave him with him when he did it, so in fact it would be not only useless, but counterproductive to do that. If we win the war, the king loses prestige, and I assume we gain prestige, though it doesn't say anything about it. Yeah, I think we'll do this. We have a decent army we can raise. Does he have any allies we should be scared of? Nobody too scary looking. The Knights Templar. Okay. My cousin is the Grandmaster of the Knights Templar? Maybe this has something to do with how he got a castle in our lands. Okay. Well, we don't have to worry about them too much, I think. This will cost us an additional 100 piety. Well, I'm not too worried about that. Let's raise our troops. And gather them together here. Probably should check out the Scottish Revolt, since we might end up fighting them too. Oh, they're weak as well. Well, this is pretty good then. So we'll get this 2k, I suppose, on the way up here. Yep, my vassal levies are raised, it's true. And okay, and let's start sieging. Okay, well, we're out of time for this episode, so thanks for watching, and join me again next time where we will hopefully win this largely pointless war against Scotland.